Fellas, ladies, you looking for lotions? You looking for beard oils? But unfortunately, everything you get from mainstream got chemicals in it and they're probably killing you? No problem, we got you. Go check out my people from Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. That's Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. www.top2bottom, BOTTU, the U is for unique, M.com. Tell them I sent you.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for tuning in on this beautiful evening. I know it's cold outside for some of you. You got snow on the ground, and thank you for just pushing through and chiming in. Thank you for joining us on another episode of Unfiltered Sports, where we're gonna, just dive deep into some recent events that happen in the sports world or the sports universe, sportsverse. I like that better, sportsverse. But we're going to talk about how the NFL playoffs are starting to shape out. We're going to talk about MVP candidates for the NFL. We're going to talk about how basketball is starting to play out, and how the NBA is taking its shape, and how some people just need to give it up. We're going to talk about how Ohio State got upset by the University of Miami. And we're going to talk about how Alabama got roll tide all over today. So we got a few things that we're going to talk about. It's going to be eventful. It's going to be interesting, but most of all, it's going to be unfiltered. So if you haven't already, go grab your popcorn, go grab your drink, because it's going to be real. So tune in and be ready. So as I said, right, it's it's going to be one of those things where we look at the NFL picture. The NFL is taking its shape, it's taking its form, and it's playoff time. Upsets are going to happen. My biggest thing is I want to see a repeat of the 2017 and the 2004 Super Bowl, the New England Patriots versus the Philadelphia Eagles. That's what I want to see, because I want to see if the Patriots are really that team, or are they really a fluke. Me personally, I think that if that rematch happened in the Super Bowl, it's gonna it's gonna come down to the Eagles winning it again. Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, no doubt that they will take it again. You got AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, like Dallas Goddard. Like, it's crazy. And it's funny because the only Dallas that we cheer for is Dallas Goddard. So Dallas sucks. Go Birds. Um, Hello, everybody that's in the chat. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. But um, yeah, the Patriots are a young team, but I really think that because they are young, that's going to hurt them. That's going to hinder them. I think that because Jalen Hurts has the experience in the Super Bowl, so does Saquon Barkley, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goddard, Brandon Graham, Cooper DeJean, Reed Blankenship, like Sidney Brown. Like, they have the experience in the Super Bowl. They played with each other in the Super Bowl. They have that chemistry. I think if they go back to the Super Bowl this year, Eagles will win it and become back-to-back Super Bowl champs. The Super Bowl, if they make it to the Super Bowl, is in their favor and they will win. I honestly think that if we're talking realistically, I think Buffalo is, like I said, Buffalo is going to make it to the Super Bowl. If we're talking realistically, I think they will make it to the Super Bowl. And then if we're looking on the NFC side of things, it's kind of up in the air. I mean, the Rams can make it, the 49ers can make it, the Eagles can make it. They're all good teams. But it's just, I think personally, if I had to pick a team, realistically speaking, I wouldn't say the Rams right now, the way they're playing, because it's it's really just an not an inexperienced quarterback, but a quarterback that's never been to the big dance like that to actually lead his team to victory. Um, and if he, it's probably been so long anyway, so I wouldn't count on the Rams, Stafford and the Rams to do anything miraculously in the playoffs. 49ers, that would be my next guess, will be the 49ers. But that's to say, seeding wise, what's going to happen in the rankings here, because if it pans out and the Eagles take the second seed in the playoffs, they might have the easier road to the Super Bowl, meaning that they would play Green Bay or they would play San Francisco. So, I mean, if they play Green Bay and they beat Green Bay again, it's over, because last year we saw what happened when the Eagles played Green Bay in the regular season and then they played them in the playoffs. They ended up going to the Super Bowl and winning. This year they beat Green Bay in the regular season. If they play them in the playoffs and they beat them, I think they'll go to the Super Bowl and win it as well. So it's just really, the NFC is just up in the air. But AFC, I'm saying either Buffalo Bills as my first choice, Patriots as my second choice, to really shape up the playoffs and really figure out kind of like where they're at and what things are looking like. Um, as far as how things are shaping out as far as MVP race goes, I don't know. That's a hard one, in my opinion. Do you give it to a running back? Like, does Cook from Buffalo deserve to win the MVP? So it just really, it really depends on, your point of view on who's really playing very well, and what that looks like. Because last year, I believe Saquon Barkley should have won the MVP, but everybody had other, thoughts behind that, and I think Josh Allen won that one. So it's up in the air. I don't know who should win MVP. Honestly, that's a hard decision for me to make. I know Lamar hasn't played his best this season. Injuries are a big factor in that. Um, Josh Allen has played some decent football, but also like he hasn't played his best football either. Saquon Barkley, I think, because he was put on the cover of Madden, got the Madden curse. So, do I really think that he deserves to be the MVP this year? No. So, give it to someone that really deserves to have that. Um, so it's really up in the air. So yeah, Lamar definitely not MVP. Like, definitely not at all. Like, trash, bottom of the barrel, hanging it up. I think that's what he should do. Done. Like, trash. But happy New Year's, everyone, by the way, too, as well. Um, if we're talking about, like I said, I think it could be Cook. He's had a fantastic year running the ball this year. Um, so give the credit where it's due. Respect the man. He's playing better than Barkley did last year. He's on pace to setting records. So why not? I think they're going to let Lamar go. Trade? No. Let him go? Yes. Free up that cap space. Let him go. Why not? Not only let Lamar go, but let the coaching staff go as well. They need a whole new coaching staff. Like, a whole new coaching staff. Like, they had their time. And like I said, like, they had their time. And MVP, Cook, definitely. He went out, he balled this year. He did everything he had to do to put the team on his back. And I think a lot of those games, especially the game that they came back being down 21 points to beat the New England Patriots. Just saying. Like, put his team on his back. He's a dog. He got that dog mentality. He went out there and did his thing, and so much respect to him. Unfortunately, he did pretty decent against the Eagles, but they couldn't capitalize on that 2-point conversion to win the game. And huge shout out to Jalen Carter for blocking that field goal, because if they would have scored that touchdown, it would have been over for us, like literally over. It would have been tie game. Kick that game winning field goal. We would have lost by a point, but we end up winning by a point. So it worked in our favor this year. The defense for the Eagles has been balling out. They've been doing their thing. It's crazy to see how you win a game off of a blocked field goal and return it for 6. You turn around, block a punt, return it for 6. Back to back weeks. And then last week, you block a field goal and you win the game by a point. Crazy, just mind blowing. Jameis Winston, hell no. Hell no. That is crazy. Hell no. We talking MVP here. My man over here trying to eat a W. He talk about, nah, we not doing that. Nah, not today. No. The Giants, and I give Winston credit because he scored that touchdown as a wide receiver. He did get popped. Like, yeah, he might have to change his position from quarterback to wide receiver. After he had that, I think he had eye surgery or something like that, and he came back and probably still couldn't see after that. So yeah, he might need to change his position to wide receiver. And honestly speaking, the Giants just need to hang it up for both quarterbacks there. It's funny though because last year they were in the same predicament as they were this year. Trash, trash, and more trash. And the funniest thing ever, though, is they had the opportunity to secure the number one draft pick in the NFL draft back to back years, last year and this year. And what happened? They won the game in week 17 and they end up getting a number two pick. Giants just, I don't know, they're stupid. Why would you want to win? Like, it's crazy. Stupid. You had the chance to secure the number one draft pick and you ended up winning when you needed to lose most. You lose all season, and the one game you need to lose, you end up winning. That's crazy. But that's beside the point, though. And while we on the subject of football, how about them Cowboys? You release Diggs, which is one of your top cornerbacks on a team. He wasn't going to be in the playoffs this year. But then he gets picked up by the Packers. And the Packers are most likely going to the playoffs this year. So you let one of your top cornerbacks go to go over to the Packers. You let Micah Parsons go to the Packers. Y'all are dumb. The dumbest team. Jerry Jones, give it up. Stop trying to be the owner and the GM and just hire a damn GM. Let the GM do what he needs to do best and bring you a defense that can actually play football. Bring you an offense that can play football because guess what? Dak Prescott, he ain't it. He is not it. I don't care how many games that man won in the regular season. When it came down to the postseason, he has choked. Choke artist. He's a clown. He can't win games when it matters the most. You won 2 football games in the postseason, and then you lost. But then you want to blame it on the referees. Man, I feel sorry for Dallas. Like, it's just, the fans are the dumbest. And that's the sad part. I swear, I lied to you not. I put my right hand up on this one. I saw a video, I believe it was on Instagram or Facebook, and I don't know if this was AI generated or not. I hope and pray that it was AI generated, but this dude let the ball drop. It got all the way down to 1, then 0. Everybody saying Happy New Year's, and this dummy, after he said Happy New Year's, said, "Hey, Dallas, this is our year. We're going to win the Super Bowl this year." Like, what? Every year is y'all year. Every year y'all going to win the Super Bowl. How the hell can you win the Super Bowl this year? Yeah, if they put Jerry Jones as quarterback, they need to put somebody that can actually block for him. Because if not, he dying right there on the spot. Speaking of people being put at quarterback, let's just talk about Tua real fast because I feel sorry for Tua. Tua got hit so many damn times to the point where his nerves locked up and he looked like the dude from, what was it, Scary Movie 2? Where he talk about grab my strong hand? Like, that's what he looked like. He really looked like the dude from Scary Movie 2 hanging out the window talk about grab my strong hand after he got hit. Like, oh, it his dad told him he needed to retire after he got hit so many times with the concussions and all that stuff. Bro said he gonna die playing football. They gonna have to carry him off of the field. Like, what? Like, that's sad. You love a game that much? Granted, I love the game of basketball, but like, I ain't dying on the court for that. Cause that's crazy. Like, yo, I give it up. Grab my strong hand is right. I'm out the door. Coach, I'm hanging the sneakers up. You know how we do in the hood where you on the block, you tie your shoelaces up together and you throw them over the street wire right there. That's what I'm gonna do when it's my time to go retire. Lace them up, throw them up there. A legend his memory is being last forever. Yeah, that's me. Telling you, but boy, like that's what Tua looked like. He really looked like the dude from Scary Movie 2 talking about grab my strong hand. I'm like, yo, what's wrong with you, bro? Just give it up. Like, is no point to still say you're gonna play the game of football and you're gonna die playing the game of football. Is your family not that more important than a game of football? That's crazy. But let's look at college football for a little bit too. Because Ohio State, Ohio State, Ohio State. You lost to the University of Miami? The University of Miami. That's crazy. You were a number 2 seed in the playoffs. A number 2 seed in the playoffs. How does that happen? You get upset by a number 10 seed? That's crazy. Like, how do you, like, it don't even make sense. It's mind blowing. Because y'all talked all that trash during the regular season, how y'all were that good, and y'all were that team, and y'all got cooked by Miami. Man, them football players down in Miami and Florida, they built different down there, man. I seen somebody pull out the belt and start beating the trash can after they beat Ohio State. That was crazy, bro. Why are you beating the trash can with a belt? Like, that's wow. What's even more crazier about the college football playoffs? Alabama? Alabama? Roll Tide? They got Roll Tide. 38-3? 38-3. And y'all supposed to be the team to beat? Indiana? That's what it was? Y'all lost to Indiana. 38-3. Y'all mean to tell me y'all couldn't drive the ball down the field and kick a field goal more than once? Y'all got cooked. 38-3. Is that how y'all want to start y'all new year? Getting cooked like that? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. 38-3. You mean to tell me that your kicker is that trash that he only made one field goal? Or your offense is just that trash that you couldn't get into field goal range to even kick a field goal anymore? But 38-3. Man, I was in a nice heated debate earlier today with a couple friends of mine. And one of the things that I saw come across my screen was how everybody was laughing at the Eagles for losing to the Cowboys when they were up by 21 points. And the funny thing was is that how you go up 21 points and lose the game, which is fine. But then the Patriots did the same thing. They were up by 21 points and ended up losing to the Bills. Then someone put a stat up there about, I think it was Denver losing to Miami 70-20 back in 2023. 70-20 to Miami. Bro, I don't know what's up with these Miami teams, but they just play good when they want to. Like they could be trash every other game, but when it comes down to a certain game, they go out there and they ball out. We said 70-20. Like, I can't make this up. How do you beat somebody that bad? 70-20. 50 points? That gotta go down in the NFL world record book or something. 70 to no. Ain't no way. We talking football? 70-20? Y'all lost that bad? There's no way. Yeah, I would be embarrassed to be a part of that team. Like, so embarrassed. How can you say you're good and you lose 70-20? 70-20. Was Miami really relevant in 2023? Would two again hit like the way he did? I doubt it. But still, 70. Bro, that's crazy. You let somebody put 70 points up. September 24th, 2023. Denver Broncos, after they lost that game 70-20, was 0-3. And Miami went 3-0. But still, like, it just makes me think about AI when AI was being interviewed and he said, practice. We talking practice? Man, how the hell can I make my teammates better by practice? I'm the best player on the team and we talk about practice? Not the game that I love and die for, but practice. Man, they needed to practice, all right? They got cooked. It's funny, though, speaking of AI, because if I'm not mistaken, that same year that he had that interview, the Sixers went to the NBA Finals, and he stepped over Tyronn Lue, cooked them with a step back, hit the three, then stepped over him and wiped the dust all over him. Yeah, that's straight disrespect right there. You know what I would have did if I was him? I would have threw hands. I would have had to get kicked out of that game. Or somebody else was going to have to stick him, like play defense on him, because it wouldn't have been me. Like, I got embarrassed that bad. Come on now. Like, I'm throwing hands. Like, but we talk about the way that pro sports are going today. Pro sports are going so soft. Look at the NBA. The people that y'all call y'all king, LeBron James, has stopped playing defense. Doesn't want to take the jump shot no more. Like, he's so old and his body is feeling it that he's not even playing basketball like he used to play. The way that the All-Star game is being played, it changes every single year. It's not fun to watch. It's not competitive to watch anymore. I remember watching the All-Star game where it was Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Iverson, Tracy McGrady, Vince Carter, Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, like some legends playing the game. But now, like, the NBA has become nothing but let me see how many 3-pointers I can make in a game. Let me see how I can dribble the ball excessively and not stick to the fundamentals of basketball. It's trash. Now we talk about soccer because I seen soccer in the comments there. Soccer, I give it to soccer players. Soccer players, you gotta have oxygen on reserve. Like, you need water? No, you need oxygen. You get subbed out of the game for a little bit, catch your breath, put the oxygen mask on. Like, that's what y'all need to be doing. Soccer players, I give it to y'all, man. Y'all gotta be track stars. Like, you constantly running and then let somebody have metal cleats on and they slide right into your shins. Yeah, you be on the ground crying. I know from experience. I played high school soccer and we were running a summer camp and getting ready for the actual season, preseason game. And one of my teammates um, was like being slow to get back on on the drill or whatever. So I kicked the ball from midfield. It hit off of the goalpost. I want the rebound and kick it. As I was in the motion of kicking the soccer ball back into the goal, my teammate jumped and kicked me right in the shin, and he had metal cleats on. Bro, I was crawling home from practice that day. Like, I was crawling. Like, I knew what low crawling was before the military taught me what low crawling was, because I was low crawling home because I couldn't even feel my shin. When I got home, I was I had ice packs taped to my shins, and I slept half the night, if not all night, into the next day. I couldn't practice for a week because I was out. I was hurt. I was cooked. I was done. Now, you say professional pillow fighting is better than the NBA. I can believe that, but a sport that you want to see, yeah, I don't know what the actual name of it is called, but you got the one person on one side of the table, you got another person on the other side of the table, and you just let them smack the hell out of you, like, just straight. You cock it back, palm to your face, and then you just go straight back. You get TKO. They put the smelling salt in your face, get you back up, and then it's your turn to smack the person on the other side of the table, bro. But if you get smacked to the point where you don't even remember what day it is, bro, it's crazy. That slap boxing. I don't. It's not even slap boxing. I don't even know what you call it. But I see how people are holding on to the table, white knuckling the table, and they get smacked in their face. My other grown men, and it could be a skinny dude as skinny as me versus a dude that's 350 pounds, bro. You let Mark Henry smack you in your face like that, and you go down. I'm good. I'll watch it all day. Like, they literally white knuckle the table and they got chalk on their hand and they blow, make sure like they get all the excessive chalk off their hand, and then boom, just smack the living hell out of you, bro. Like, I wonder how many people die from getting smacked in their face like that. You just watch them get smacked in the face. I wish I had a video to show you this, because you watch somebody get smacked in the face and they neck just get cracked or whatever, bro. It's it's wild. Like, I can't believe the stuff that they do in sports today. Are they gonna have CTE all right, bro? They listen, that thing is crazy. Like, bro, just imagine Donkey Kong just winding his hand up. Just winding his hand up. Donkey Kong. Boom. Just knock the living hell out. Like, just knock you out of your life. Like, power slap? Listen, put that in the Olympics. Put power slapping in the Olympics and see who will be getting a gold medal for power slapping. Like, deadlifting, power slapping. Listen, I'm all for it. Let me be one of the judges that watches it though. Cause you just the palm. He Donkey Kong wind his hand up. You know how Donkey Kong wind his hand up. And that's what you get. Boom, right to your face. Just you talking CTE? Bro, he gonna be worse than what Antonio Brown was. See, the thing is about flag football, I love flag football, not because I played it growing up in the off season, but because of the fact that it's an Olympic sport. It is now becoming considered an Olympic sport. On top of that, though, the NFL is investing, I think, $32 million, if I'm not mistaken, into flag football to make it a professional sport. You're gonna see people like Tua go to flag football and play football for the rest of his career. How much money would they pay them though? That's a good question. Mm. Bro, like I remember I was on here and I don't, I don't remember what show I was watching. It might have been the Fracker show. If y'all haven't checked out the Fracker show, go on Sundays and check out the Fracker show at 12 o'clock because they talk about some crazy stuff and they are some crazy mofos on that show. But they were talking about lingerie football. Sometimes female sports are a lot more physical and aggressive than men's sports is because the way that the NBA is going this year, the way the NFL is going, the female players, female sports in general is just more physical and aggressive. Why? Because they want it more. They want to prove that they still are around. Like, what was it? The WNBA? Like, it's becoming more physical. Tua should just get out of the football in general. Like, out of the football in general. Like, he's done for it. Like, he might have CTE after the amount of concussions he got. He might have something. Like, he's just done. He's the new dude from Scary Movie 2 that's always talking about grab my strong hand. That's Tua. So whenever you watch Scary Movie 2, think of Tua whenever you see the dude in the wheelchair. Because that's who he is. Like his hands, his nerves locked up, and he really looked like the dude from Scary Movie 2. And then back to women's sports and how the WNBA is more physical than the NBA, but how women's football is still more physical than men's football today. The only thing that I see when I used to watch women's football back in my undergrad days was they had shoulder pads on, and that was it. Shoulder pads, and they were laying hits. But then you see the men in the NFL, they got to have the thigh pads on, you got to have the knee pads on, the shoulder pads on. Like these women just had a helmet on, shoulder pads. They was laying hits, and they got back up. I haven't really gotten into pro wrestling like that. I mean, like if you talk about like WWE style wrestling, or are you talking about like actually like you body slam somebody to the ground and you pin them, and you wear that suit or whatever it's called. I don't know what it's called. So um, it's interesting. So yeah, I'm not really into wrestling, that kind of wrestling. I mean, I am into like MMA. Like I got into MMA. I started doing like Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and so I've got more into like that MMA style stuff. But I'm not really like a wrestling kind of person at all. That just really just not my groove or my style. But I've always been into baseball. I like baseball. Um, I've seen the Phillies made some off-season moves, but yeah, is WWE is just it's crazy because the storyline has changed so much. To think how Triple H used to be a wrestler, but now he's a GM or an owner or whatever you want to call him or whatever he was at one point. How John Cena got tapped out in his final match. It's wild. Like it's so like the storyline is so fake in my opinion. Then you look at the what do you call it? Like the women's wrestler and how they only used to have, I believe, for women's was like the women's tag team and then the women's intercontinental champion and then the women's champion is that was it. Now they got like every other champion for women's, and they got divisions and all this other stuff. Like, there would never used to be divisions. Like, you go up against a big girl, you go up against a big girl. It is what it is. Same thing with the regular men's wrestling. Like, you put somebody up against Rikishi, and then he just sumo, like, you get swallowed by his belly because he was just that big. But I think it's popular because it's just entertaining. I was a huge Shawn Michaels and D-Generation X fan growing up because whenever I wanted to do something devious and you go around and do the D-Generation X, signature move and all of that stuff, that was the thing. It was fun. When John Cena was ready to hit, somebody with the five knuckle shuffle, he in your face, you can't see me. That was entertaining. It was fun. Rey Mysterio, when he hit somebody with the 619 and then he jumped and pen you or whatever, it was fun, entertaining. When you look at Batista with the Beast Bomb, and you look at Eddie Guerrero, you look at a lot of these famous wrestlers, RKO, he hit you with the RKO, and Randy Orton, the Legend Killer. It's just more entertaining, and people will go wherever the entertainment is at. I watched a rerun of an episode on WWE once, and Donald Trump was on WWE. Not only did he make it rain on Vince McMahon, but he called him out. And it's just like, it's crazy. Bobby Lashley was one of my favorite wrestlers as well. And then he left WWE. And I believe he went to, I don't know if he went to AEW or not, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But that's beside the point. But there's a lot of good wrestlers that were entertaining as well. One of them for WWE was Carlito. Disgusting kind of dude, because you talk about how he spit in the face of people. He bites an apple that he grabs out of his whatever he was wearing, bites it, chews it up, and then spits it in your face. Then you talk about the boogeyman, where this dude grabs a handful of worms from whatever he was wearing, eats them, and then spits them out. Like, what is up with people? Like, they lose their mind? Like, they brains? Undertaker, Kane, Big Show. You can't forget Stone Cold Steve Austin, because that's the bottom line. Because Stone Cold said so. Or The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Like, there's a lot of entertainment in these athletes, if that's what you want to call them, and people come to watch the entertainment. And now, with the way things are shifting with WWE, you got like Jay Uso and his family and all of them, and they're entertaining in the sense. You got the tribal chief killer, or whatever you want to call him. Big dude that's always taking what's his name? I can't remember his name right now. He's always taking his Jordans off of his feet. Like, why are you wearing retro Jordans to wrestle in anyway? Like, that's just wow. You got that much money to waste on retros every single day? That's crazy. So yeah, Roman Reigns. So, like, why would you waste that much money on your sneakers to get taken week after week? You don't beat that big dude up. Bro, I don't care how big he is. Somebody better help you knock him out, and then take your Jordans back. But like, it's not wrestling. WWE, SmackDown, Raw. Like, it's not as entertaining as it used to be. It's more or less people demanding stuff than entertaining. And at the end of the day, like, Shawn Michaels will run around just kicking people in the face and get away with it. I really like when Eddie Guerrero was around though too, because he would come out in the lowriders and then he would just watch that too. So that's crazy, but it's just wild to think about that kind of stuff. And the other thing too was random though, very random, because I know I talked about Olympics a little bit earlier, but table tennis. I watch a little bit of table tennis, but you ever just see how they just and they just smacking that little ping pong ball around, like, and then they hitting it with so much umph and power that it just can't be stopped. Like, it's crazy just to think about that. Like, how you getting cooked in table tennis? Like, I gotta see table tennis in person just to really like get a better understanding of like the sport in itself. So like it's just really interesting at the same time. And what I really want to see is these pro sports like the NFL, the NBA take and go back to what it used to be. Yeah, table, like I said, table tennis, they be ready to kill somebody over that. Like, it'd be so much strength and so much like emphasis on the power of the paddle. Like, and then it's two sides to the paddle. Like, what side do you use to serve? What side do you use to hit the ball? Like, how do you hold it? Like, it's too much for me right now. I'd be ready to fight somebody. And it's crazy. Um, but what I really, really, like I said, really want to see is how the NFL, the NBA, and the MLB can go back to being entertaining, can go back to being fun, can go back to being the sports, the physical sports that you know. And I really want to see how um, people are going to adapt to that and really can adjust to the changes. But I get we're in a new era, we're in a new style, and like you said, those days are gone. But I really want to see those sports go back to the way it used to be because it was electrifying. I don't know. It could be me, but I believe COVID really ruined sports in general. You sit in a bubble, nobody can come to the games, nobody can do anything, and it's just like it's very rare to even have like an entertaining game anymore. And then LeBron James ruined sports as well because oh, I need a break. I need to rest. I need this. I need that. It was more complaining coming from him about getting rest and all of that than it was for anyone else. If you are that tired that you can't play 82 games of basketball, retire. Get out of there. Like, it's just simple as that. But people people are paying thousands of dollars, hundreds of dollars to go to the game to watch LeBron James play, and this man want to sit on the sideline in a tracksuit and not play. But that's what people paid to see LeBron James. They didn't pay to see him sit on the sideline and complain about the referees and all of that other stuff. They paid to watch him play basketball. Imagine being a young fan of LeBron James and your mom or your dad is working 40 plus hours a week and y'all living paycheck to paycheck and they saved up year after year after year to get you a Christmas gift or even a birthday gift of tickets to go see your favorite basketball player, which is LeBron James. And after years of saving up, and they spent those thousands of dollars to get those tickets for you and your family to go to a game to watch LeBron James in person so you can get his autograph. Not only does he ignore you, but he doesn't play the game. He sits on the bench. How disappointing is that? It's very. And that's my point is that if you're a pro athlete, you should be there to play the game no matter what. And if you can't, you need to sit out for an injury reason or a mental health reason. Do so. Take your time. and come back when it's right. But don't say, "Oh, I can't play 82 games no more." Bro, you making millions of dollars. More than that. You a damn near a billionaire. Everybody wants to buy the new LeBron James shoes, and everybody wants to do all of this stuff. Like, it's crazy. But you want to sit out. It's just, I don't know. It don't sit right with me, like, at all. And that's the sad thing. Um, yeah, it really just don't sit right with me at all. And it's true. The NFL is not losing no money at all. And that's the crazy thing is because let's put this back into perspective. I said this 2 weeks ago. Let's look at a Philadelphia Eagles game. All right. You sit in section 200, right? And you pay maybe, let's say, $200 for the ticket. Okay, that's $200 for your ticket, $40 for parking, um, maybe 40 to $100 on um, food, and then your drinks and all of that stuff. And then you got to look at, cost of gas and all this other stuff. It's really crazy. Like, you really, that, you really spending more than what you need to when I can spend maybe, I think it's $160 on Red Zone and watch the game at home and spend maybe, $100 on some food and drinks and watch it from the comfort of my couch and be warm and not out in the cold. It's crazy. Um, and that's just the way it is. We know things will never be the same. But we'll see what it is. Yeah, it is crazy though. Vince McMahon did sell a company and they merged with UFC, with Dana White and all of that, and I think that was a good power move right there by Dana. And they have a different storyline to it, and I think that's good. Um, I just think it's just still a lot to get used to so fast, and now um, it's just a lot of people that knew wrestling before that are a part of this new generation of wrestling is probably going to start to either dial it back or just pick up on new people to cheer for and root for. But in my opinion, I think, like you said, 50 years from now, like, it's going to be a pretty decent sport for people to watch. So it's just, I don't know. The experience, and I think that's what I'm getting at, is the experience is never going to be the same. The experience is just, it's overrated right now. It's like, okay, would you pay the money for one time, once in a lifetime opportunity to go? Hell yeah. But would you do it consistently? Would you pay $20,000 for a season pass to a pro sports organization for the year? I know I wouldn't. It's just, no, it don't make sense. Now, if you look at a sports organization that's electrifying, that got cheap tickets, I know a team. It's called the Delaware Dogs. So, they sell season tickets for $75. You get season tickets for $75. It gets you exclusive access to all of the home games. Then on top of that, you get a meet and greet with the team, get an autographed basketball or autographed jersey, and you get the experience. So just think, you pay $10 a game for 10 to 12 home games, or you pay $75 for a season pass that'll get you into all of the home games for 10 to 12 home games. Like, it's a great deal. And like I said, electrifying team, playing great basketball and doing what they're supposed to be doing. So yeah, just check out some of these, not amateur sports, but semi-pro, that are starting to take over as electrifying as professional sports teams, because I'm telling you, like, those Delaware Dogs, they it. They are it. Like, I'm telling. I think the Delaware Dogs are going to be in the NBA sooner rather than later. Let's just keep it like that. Let's mark my words. So yeah, but I appreciate um the inputs here in the chat because it's really just it's encouraging to see that there's other people out there that love sports besides myself, whether it's football, basketball, baseball, hockey, soccer. I love hockey too, by the way. I like to watch somebody get knocked out playing hockey, then they lose their teeth or whatever. It's just funny. Um, but it's interesting how FIFA is starting to pick up FIFA, not FIFA, FIBA basketball is starting to pick up as well overseas in Europe and different things like that. So it's just sports in general is really amazing. And I want to throw this opportunity out there for those that are in the chat. If you love sports, if you want to join in on Unfiltered Sports and give your unbiased opinion on sports in general, get with us. Tap in with us. Link up with somebody on the OG network. Link up with me on Unfiltered Sports. We can get you on Unfiltered Sports. We can talk sports. We can have a friendly debate. We can talk, right? We can get hype and loud like Stephen A. Smith does, right? Bring the energy, bring the positivity, bring the vibes, and we can talk sports in general. We can have those great conversations because that's what it's about. It's bringing other people on to hear different perspectives and different point of views on sports in general, right? Because I don't know everything about sports and you have a different perspective on sports. So if you have a different perspective on sports, whether it's for football, basketball, baseball, hockey, soccer, table tennis, power slapping, watching somebody get knocked out, whatever the case may be, bring it on live and kind of go from there. For those that's in the chat, check out Dogs Basketball on Instagram. You see the logo in the background right here. That is the logo that we use on our Instagram page, on our Facebook page, here on YouTube. So check us out. See what we about. We are based out of Delaware right now, and we are doing some great things. So if you want to tap in with the Delaware Dogs, like I said, check us out on social media and message us on Instagram, and I'll be able to chat with you a little bit and kind of just see where you're at and kind of go from there. On top of that, like you said, debating on live. That's something I want to do. I want to bring somebody in to just have a friendly debate, go crazy with it, like just have fun with the debate and really kind of go from there. um as far as um going pro, I actually have some connections with some people that are actually like scouts that are over that for overseas for FIBA basketball, and that can get you into probably a tryout for the NBA G League as well. So I do have some connections there as well. I networked on my own and did some research and all of that stuff. So I have opportunities. But again, for anyone that is serious about sports and want to jump on here, holler at me. Like I said, Dogs Basketball on Facebook, Dogs Basketball on Instagram, Dogs Basketball on YouTube, Dogs Basketball on TikTok as well. And if you message any one of those, it'll come directly to me, and I'll be able to respond accordingly from there. Um, I do ask, like, if you do message late nights, just give me some time. I'm probably spending time with my family, probably doing some schoolwork or something like that. I'm probably, just out of the office in general. And so I'll get back to you as soon as possible. But for those that are especially like, what's this, Tyler? Yeah, Tyler. So if you said you love sports, if you want to join in here, reach out. Let's get you on Unfiltered Sports. Let's talk some sports. Let's debate here. Let's get this Unfiltered Sports live and hyped up. Let's share this so people can join in and watch us on the live here and jump in the comments and talk as well. As far as Amari goes, like I said, just check out the social media pages. Reach out. Let me see. Send me the information to your page or whatnot, and then I'll be able to kind of make some decisions accordingly from there. Like I said, we're always looking for basketball players to come in for the active roster for our practice roster, so our reserve roster as well. So just keep that in mind. Like there's opportunities as well, and so please do your research. Please reach out, double check with us. If you want as well, what you can do is if you go to Dogs Basketball, you can find my Instagram page on there, and I'll put that in the chat here as well, so that way everybody has that and they can reach out to me. So on Instagram, it's literally only Shaq Mac. That is my Instagram. Go ahead and check us out there. Check me out on Instagram. Reach out to me. If you can't, then like I said, we got Dogs Basketball on Instagram, and you should be able to reach out on Instagram. Dogs Basketball right there. Kobe is better than LeBron all day. He is the GOAT of the generation. And then before him was Michael Jordan. So that is just in that debate right there once and for all. But yeah, so go ahead, check us out. Please, please, please check us out. And again, if you want to join here on Unfiltered Sports, please do so. With that being said, everybody, I do appreciate you all for jumping in the chat, for tuning in to Unfiltered Sports. And I really hope that everybody has set a New Year's resolution and that you stick to that New Year's resolution. I pray that each and every one of you on this chat stays blessed. I pray that you all really just stay positive and stay, active, and really, really, really stay classy. Until next time, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to Unfiltered Sports. I am Shaq Mack, your host, the owner of the Delaware Dogs. Go Dogs. See you guys later.
Fellas, ladies, you're looking for lotions, you're looking for beard oils, but unfortunately everything you get from mainstream got chemicals in it and it's probably killing you? No problem, we got you. Go check out my people from Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. That's Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. www.top2bottom, BOTTU, the U is for unique, M.com. Tell them I sent you.